they know the law and you know the law. And that's crazy, right? Because there were no laws to protect us from our parents when we were growing up. None whatsoever. My mom had a spatula. She didn't bake fuck all with this thing, all right? My friends would come over and we'd be playing. We'd get carried away. We were just kids, right? And she'd take the spatula out and just look at me. My friends didn't know. They'd get excited. They'd be like, oh, yeah. Is your mom going to bake a cake? You guys need to go home now. Our parents used to whoop our ass with toys. Remember Hot Wheels tracks? How wrong it is for a parent to beat your child with something Santa brought them. And I remember Tycho came out with the glow-in-the-dark track. You remember that? That was for nighttime beatings. That was the only reason. I left mine in the box till March. Mom was like, aren't you going to open your Christmas gift? I was like, that's for you. Why didn't you get me an easy bake oven and a fake spatula, you twisted woman? We have big hockey fans here? The rest of you, hockey. I know the Spanish team always gives Canada a run for its money, I'll tell you. We won Olympic gold, both the women and the men this year. That was absolutely amazing to me. You know, when the Americans and everyone else, like in Europe and all those teams win it, I really don't think it means as much to them as us, because we got nothing else. We don't have any. Canada is hockey. There's nothing else to it. I mean, our military. Okay. I was over in Europe when Bush announced that Canada was going to join the war effort, and I want you to know that there is no country afraid of attacking another country for fear that Canada will help that country, all right? We have the most pathetic military. I did the military games in the States, stealth bombers, incredible like laser sighting stuff and everything, and then I did the military games in Canada. 5 guys from each base loaded a cannon and fired it, and everyone cheered. Because we were really fast with cannons. Can you imagine a nuclear sub off the coast of Nova Scotia just looking at us for a second, the guy right up on the sub just going, Captain, there's a cannonball coming at us. No, that's going to scratch the paint, I'm pretty sure. And I did the Fleet Club in Halifax, which is our big base there, our Navy base. Everyone was at the show, drunk. 10 at night. The guy at the gate that this is our military that I checked in with. You drive up to the gate, you know, a checkpoint, and you tell him I'm doing a show, and I went in, was at the show, drunk. And I said to him, I said, weren't you working the gate? He goes, yeah. But I put a note up that says there's a comedy show on. So if you're going to attack, come back a little later. Swear to God, this is what this guy did. Drunk out of their wits, everyone by 10 at night. And it dawned on me at that point, can you imagine if we ever get attacked at 1 a.m.? Just our military, just the look on their face, what, they're attacking? Well, it's last call. Oh, shit, they can have Quebec. Those pricks want to leave anyway. Aren't you tired of Quebec? Yeah. It's insane. Are there French here? You're like, are you French, sir? You're from Quebec, then? What? Oh, you come from France. Right on. Well, that's really going to help out the joke, isn't it? It's funny that most of the countries don't like France over there, right? And isn't it amazing? It's true. You have to admit the British don't like you guys at all, and you can't stand the British either, am I right? Exactly. It's amazing that we all colonized in Canada. We're your children, and we came over here, and a small group of French settled in an area, and we hate them too. Doesn't matter where you guys go. I'm so tired of it. We want to leave. We want to leave. We want to leave. Ice storm. We need your help. Shut up. I often wonder if they leave what they're going to call their hockey team. Just have a jersey with cheese, French fries, and gravy on it. The Montreal Poutines take the ice. Getting back to the hockey story, I try to explain this to people. Like 4 years ago, before we won it this year, remember the Olympics when we got beat and it destroyed the country? Like everybody was just, our hearts were taken from it. We had a shootout with the Czech Republic. Do you guys remember this at all, or am I just... Yeah? Let me explain something about a person's dream. When you do a show, you hope that people get into it. But way to stare at me, and hopefully I'll cry and never do this again. Oh my God. All right, here we go. 4 years ago, we took the Czech Republic on. It came to a shootout, which a shootout is when the game is tied, for those of you who don't know. And if you don't know and you're Canadian, you're an idiot. But a shootout is at the end of the game when it's tied. 5 shooters from each team shoot. They were up 1-0 on us. They scored. But we were okay because we had Wayne Gretzky on the bench. You remember what I'm talking about, all right? And everybody, remember you were sitting watching it going, it's okay, because Wayne's going to come out and he's going to score, right? Dominic Hasek, too bad, right? Try saving it with your left testicle like you usually do. Not going to happen. And then the look, remember the look when Raymond Bourque jumped over the boards to take the last shot? I remember my friends, like we were all half drunk, and I remember my buddy looking at me going, well, that's not Raymond Bourque, is it? And I said, no, he's just going to clear the snow for Gretzky. And he took the shot, fell on his head, missed, we lost, everybody cried, my grandmother cried, it was terrible. And I remember thinking that wouldn't have happened in 1972, back when we won it with Paul Henderson scoring the goal. That was a magical moment. I was 6 years old and we were taken out of school to watch that. 6 years old, everybody had to go to the gym and watch it on the little television. So we won, one poor retarded kid from Spain had to be the antenna. Someone will translate that to you. It's all right. '72, we were losing. When they flew out to Vancouver, we had booed the Canadian national hockey team. It was one of the worst moments in Canadian hockey, right? They went over to Russia. We had never played them that much before, and they went over to Russia and started to play, and we lost another game, and people were panicked because we were going to lose our national sport, and it was basically communism against democracy back then. And it wasn't until Game 6. Everybody thinks it was the Paul Henderson goal that made it, but it was Game 6, not Game 7, that turned it around for Canada. Because they had a player named Harlamov, a Russian player, who was scoring close to 2 goals a game on average. He was faster. Just Canada couldn't keep up with him. Big Phil Esposito eating pizza between periods. He couldn't catch him, right? It wasn't until we were down 2-0 at the start of the second period when the Canadian coach finally got Canadian. He looked at Bobby Clark sitting on the bench with one tooth. That Harlamov sure can skate and score, eh? Yes. Why don't you break his ankle? It's about time you put in that play. And nobody had ever seen this in international hockey before, but Bobby Clark went over the boards, skated to take the face-off, right? Went up. Harlamov was already there like this. There like this. All right, ready. Clark was like, all right. They dropped the puck. The puck went the other way. Harlamov skated the other way. Clark just skated after him, deliberately skated after him. Slashed him in the ankle, broke his ankle in 3 places. Never skated again, had difficulty walking without a cane till he died in 1980. Bobby Clark got 2 minutes for slashing. Got MVP of the game. Now that's Canadian hockey.